The 911 turbo is just way too quiet, and I think we can all agree with that. I mean, just listen. Now you see, this car does have an exhaust on it. It's got aftermarket catalytic converters, it's got an aftermarket catback, but for me, it's just so quiet. So I'm gonna build an exhaust for this car. What we're rocking with today, I've got a variety of tubing here. This is all 3-inch. So we have a piece of like 3 foot, 3-inch straight, 2 foot. This might be 2 feet. A whole bunch of different angles of 45s, 90s, tight radius, non-tight radius. I got some pie cuts, O2 sensor bungs. We have our turbo flanges here that I ordered, 2 V-bands because I am gonna make this exhaust modular, and then we also have 2 of these GESI G Sport catalytic converters. Now I said I'm going to make this exhaust modular, and what I mean by that is these V-bands are gonna be put right after the catalytic converters, and we're essentially going to build 2 exhausts for this car. The one that I'm building today is literally going to be a straight pipe. It is going to have 1 catalytic converter coming off of each turbo, going to a V-band, going to another pipe that is literally just going to go to the corresponding exit in the bumper. In a couple weeks, I'm going to get some more material and we're going to build an X pipe and all of the fun, fancy stuff for this car. And that way, if I want to go back and forth between an exhaust that's just going to rip your ears out, have so much turbo whistle, potentially shoot a little bit of fire and do all that fun stuff, we can just put those ones on. If we want an exhaust that's a little bit more tamed, we can swap over to the X-pipe version of this. It's just, I was looking at buying just an aftermarket exhaust for this car, one that was louder, and I came across a couple, and for what I just described, having a catalytic converter to a straight pipe coming out of each corresponding section of the bumper, companies want $6,000. Nobody in their right mind should be paying, actually I correct myself, I think it's $4,000. $6,000 I think was a little overstatement, but even at $4,000, even at $2,000 for a catless version, you are smoking crack. For 2 of these GESI G Sport catalytic converters, the flanges, the V-bands, O2 sensors, and all the piping you guys see here on the table, that all cost me about $1,400. So to show you guys what we're rocking with right now, I don't know what brand this is. You guys can see we've got a catalytic converter here coming out. That wraps up above this pipe here, goes into the muffler, comes out of the muffler, and I believe it goes to this tip here. That catalytic converter does the opposite. It obviously goes into the muffler, then comes out of the other tip. Now, from my understanding, the X pipes are really there just to help balance out exhaust pulses. Our turbo's right here. If you just come straight back, there's our exhaust. What we need to start with today is getting this exhaust off. We are going to start by pulling off the tips, then the mufflers, and then we'll come back up here and get the catalytic converters with the O2 sensors and everything like that. Allen bolts look pretty rusty. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the exhaust tip. Kind of broken free. Shit, got it. After tracing the wires up, it looks like Porsche actually put the O2 sensors in a pretty easy spot. Like right there are the right side, and then right there are the left side. Now getting my hand in there, that's gonna be a different story to try to undo those connectors. I'm just grab the whole thing. Oh, dude, chill, okay. Chill, 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 chill. So there's one of our O2 sensors there, which is the forwardmost one. Does this just like unlock? How do I unclip you? Do I just push up? German connectors still kind of confuse me. Oh, look at that, man. Okay. Look at that, man. O2 sensors. I'm done. I've done so many Subaru spark plugs. I was built for this. Or can I just like slide this strap? Oh yeah, dude, I can. Woo! That scared me. Holy fuck! Woo! So with the exhaust off, I actually wanted to come up here and check the turbos, and they feel great. No shaft play, they're free spinning. I want to say they're journal bearing turbos. I'm not entirely sure what Porsche used from the factory on those. I want to say they're KO4s or something like that. And I think the X50 package got the K24s. I could be wrong on that. Like I said, I'm still learning about this stuff. But like I said, I'm gonna build this exhaust in a way where I can swap it between having literally a straight pipe and an X pipe. I think we'll just start on this left turbo here. These flanges are kind of cool because they do have a portion where it kind of directs air in where it's going. So it's kind of nice. This flange goes on one way and one way only. Bring our cat out to about there. It's gonna bring it in. We'll do 2.5. We're gonna do 2.5 inches for both of these before we put the cat in there. And right there. Probably go like right. So I've got the downpipes made up and they look pretty squared up. I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys fully welded out. And then once we have these fully welded out, I can go ahead and do the O2 sensor bungs for our pre and post catalytic converters. I've already got them kind of broken loose out of these. I still have them in that exhaust so that way I know where to put which one. But honestly, it's not bad. So the way that I have this kind of designed right here is with this, I guess this is technically a downpipe. If we want to add an X pipe in, I've got a V-band here, so that way we can have another pipe coming off V-band going into the center section to connect up with that one in the center for our X pipe. For now, I'm just going to do a straight pipe coming out the end of it. It's probably going to be very loud. It's probably going to drone a decent amount, but I want to hear what it sounds like, damn it. Let's just fully weld these out. This will probably take me like an hour each. We are dramatically in the future. We're in the next evening of the following day. And I've gone ahead, we have both of our catalytic converter downpipes technically all welded up. I got the O2 bungs added on there. Huge shout out to Titan Fab also, because I ran out of welding wire and he had some that he let us use, and he's gonna be coming over, I think it's either next weekend or the following or something, or in the near future. Titan Fab is gonna be the one who helps us build this X pipe for this thing, so that way I just don't have the capabilities. So let me show you what we got to work with right now. I only have one more thing that I have to fab and weld up, and then the exhaust will pretty much be done. So coming under the car, you guys will see there, we've got our downpipe going to a V-band, going to our, I guess this is our cat back, this whole like 6-inch section right here. I've got both of our O2 sensors in each of the downpipes there. In the old cat back, or in the old, I guess, downpipes, they had this, it's not even an O2 fouler, it's just like an O2 spacer. Not sure why, but I opted to not reuse them. Now, I've been trying to figure out what to do for exhaust tips on this thing. And you know, I thought it would be a really cool idea to try to make my own, right? I was like, dude, I can totally, I mean, I made this, but you know, I was like, I mean, aside from it not fitting, which I knew it wasn't going to, which is why I welded that up. You know, I'm gonna throw in the towel. Sometimes I know when my limits are reached, so I'm just going to buy some exhaust tips and we will just weld them to these guys up here. But for the meantime, for testing and whatnot, for just driving around town, I think that'll be totally fine. So I know myself and a lot of other people probably at this point want to hear what this thing sounds like. So let's go ahead and make this last little exhaust section piece here coming out just to match this side. We'll get our O2 sensors all plugged in, get the Porsche back on the ground, and hear what this thing sounds like straight piped, because I have a feeling it's going to be loud and I love it. It's probably going to make more power too, because that old exhaust is only 2 1/4, while this one's full 3-inch. So, you know, this is performance at its finest. Let's put this guy on just so that way we can get everything just kind of marked up for where it's all gonna go. Sick, all right. Let's go weld up this last little part. I'm like in your guys' face right now, right? You like that?
I've been welding for so long, I've been breathing in so much argon. Do you like that? Do you like that? Call me Mario. Mario. I'm Luigi. Wario.
I don't know what I'm doing, man. Let's just finish fucking welding. Tipless exhaust is all installed and welded up. Like I said, I'll figure out what I want to do for tips on these. I just don't know quite yet. I did go ahead and back purge everything as well, so everything is fully back purged. Everything is fully TIG welded. This should be an extremely strong exhaust on this car. Even though it's very short, this is going to be one of our exhausts that we swap to and from. Like I said, this is a modular exhaust that we're going to be doing. Remember, we are going to be doing that X pipe soon, so I know, I'm fully aware these are going to drone a decent amount, but I just want to see how loud I can make this thing. And obviously I wanted to swap the catalytic converters out for our new ones before we tune the 911, because that's going to be the biggest thing that has the greatest impact on the tune, are the catalytic converters. Those G Sport ones are awesome cat. These could be really old. They could be very efficient catalytic converters for their time, but nowadays these, I want to say these are 1 or 200 cell count cats, which are okay. They are considered sport cats technically, but there's just better options on the market now. So let's go ahead and get our O2 sensors all plugged back in down here, or up there I guess it would be, and let's start this thing. I want to see how fucking loud this thing's gonna be, because it's gonna be a screamer. I already know it. On this side? What would you got? Okay, it goes up on this side of this big metal plate. We'll whip it around the comp Apologies if you hear the beautiful Subaru running in the background, but that's all I've got on this one. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that's the greatest sounding exhaust for a 911 turbo ever, because it's not, okay? That's just kind of the start of what I needed to get done. If the X-pipe doesn't get done before the dyno, that shouldn't have too much of a change on how the car is going to perform. Like I said, the biggest thing that's going to have an impact on the Porsche when we go to get it tuned is those catalytic converters. Swapping over to those, they're going to flow insanely differently than those archaic ones will. So I don't think it sounds bad, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's the greatest sounding 911 in the world, but it's an improvement from where we were, and it sounds better. So I'm happy with it. I think once the X-pipe goes on there, that's really going to refine the sound of it, because right now it does sound a little tractor-esque, and it's very like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like a weird Subaru sound. I don't want to say it's like a 6-cylinder Subaru sound, because my 6-cylinder Subaru sounds entirely different, but it's just a weird, I don't know how to describe it. So that's all I got for you guys on this one. Car feels great launching it. I need to kind of figure out the clutch release point, because all I was smelling was clutch. If there was a smell-o-vision and YouTube vision, you'd be smelling clutch as well, and it's not a pretty smell. So that's all I got for you guys on this one. This car is going to the dyno soon. That car is going to the dyno soon, and the 17 STI is all going back to the dyno at the beginning of March. We have all 3 cars slated. We're gonna be tuning all of them. In order of power, it's probably gonna be 17 STI, 911, 07 STI, but we'll find out. So that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Go and hit that like button, turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, and whatever color it turns for you. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you want to be, I'll put it in one of these corners, baby, but I don't know which one. You might, but with that, I'll catch you in the next one. So peace out, homies.